Hello everyone on the Intel Labs, my name is Kotek, and today we're going to be watching a Starcraft 2 Heart of the Swarm replay of Terran versus Protoss. Let's go to the Protoss first. Our blue Protoss in the bottom left corner, Axioms Alicia versus our red Terran in the bottom right corner of the map is indeed our Spanish player from Current Esports Club, LucifroN. And the map is indeed Newkirk Precinct. Let's do a quick analysis of the map. There's a pretty easily defended choke point here, and easily accessible natural expansion with a little choke point. But it's not that big, so you can just get some bunkers there, some tanks, maybe some tanks here, and defend that easily. Oh, and apparently, okay, the observers are apparently talking it out. And this expansion, like I said, was easy to defend. But the third expansions are a bit tougher to get third bases. There's this option, which is a bit exposed to the middle of the map with a couple choke points here and here. Pretty easy to attack and harass. But if you got a couple of bunkers here, maybe a planetary, then you're pretty much set. Or you can take this one, which even though it's not as exposed, you can still do some harassments from here, maybe a pylon and some more pins around here and go, but you can still just destroy this cooling tower and boom, it all goes down here. You can destroy that. But still a lot of harassment potential, and it's really branched out, so if you do harass, when units go from here to here, when they get here then the expansion's already destroyed. And they just get there and it's a lot of movement. And you can still get an open area, an open base here. Just open for attacks if you do take all of your units. And of course the fourth expansion is going to be this one, which is also harassment potential. This one, which is just attack potential, so exposed to the middle of the map. Usually the expansion players take last. That and this one, which needs rocks, but you can still do the cooling tower. Most of the players don't, just because if you do that then nothing can get here, and if you do drop here then you'll have to destroy these rocks. And then same thing as here. When you do get here, everything's done. Now, of course, we do see the scouting for LucifroN. Not Alicia though. I don't think she actually did, or he did some scouting. And he just chrono boosting out the Stalker. He didn't make a Zealot. No, he didn't. And Alicia is just going to throw down the early expansion. Not early, but at 25 supply. Well, LucifroN has already expanded. He is getting two orbital commands at the same time. He's getting 3 barracks, so we're gonna see some pretty heavy bio style. And no gas. He's actually just building the gas right now at 20 supply. So yeah, a lot of marine heavy army. The Mothership Core is gonna start to move onto LucifroN's base, so we're gonna see maybe some Stalker harassment with the Mothership Core, 2 Stalker Mothership Core. That'd be pretty awesome to see. The 2 gas is still being done for LucifroN, while Alicia already has the 2 gas. And since there's a pylon here, I'm gonna have to assume that we're gonna see some Stargate being placed here, or Twilight Council, considering the gas, or Forge. So it's actually a Forge that's being built here. And of course, LucifroN is just going to throw down a bunker right here at the entrance of the map. Not the entrance of the map, but of the natural base. And apparently my computer is just freezing to all of this action. So just give me a moment. Right, sorry about that. We are back. Everything should be tip-top shape. The Mothership Core has just arrived into LucifroN's base. He just decided to do a little poke. He did like it's 7 damage to that barracks, or 8 since this has 1 armor, I think. Yeah, it was all good, no problem. He decided to just poke, scout, and go. And he did see the 3 barracks, so he knows there's gonna be something bio heavy, so he might just go for storms or Colossi. And he actually just got double forge here, so double gas force was for some early double upgrades, so we might be seeing some early attacks, some early pressure in Alicia's part. And of course he just keeps making those marines. He just puts the marines in the bunker when he saw the stalker, when he saw the units. He's just making a reactor, 2 reactors and 1 tech web, so he's going a bit more marine heavy than Marauder, but the cost is the same for the producing, well, in general, resources. Well, the Marauder's a bit more expensive because of the gas, but that is all the gas difference. 25 gas for 1 Marauder, so it's pretty legit, pretty understandable, I have to say. He didn't make an engineering bay, but still no upgrades. No upgrades for the Marine Bio Army. So he just got the engineering bay to get that turret up in the mineral line, prevents some sort of Oracle harassment, well, every sort of harassment possible. He is making the Twilight Council. We might just see some High Templars, or maybe some Dark Templars from Alicia, or just some charge lots in general. Okay, so we're actually seeing the Templar archives being researched. So we are seeing some High Templars for the Protoss army. Well, the Terran is just doing a lot. He's actually just getting the supply depots and the Marauders and the Marines, of course. But +1 attack for the Bio Army, combat shields, and he just got stem. So, and he actually has a pretty sizable army. Actually, it's just 20 Marines, 3 of them in the bunker, and 3 Marauders versus 2 Zealots, 1 Stalker, and 2 Sentries. That's actually a lot of potential if you were to attack, but it'd have to be right now, because he is getting 3 gateways right at the moment, so if he attacked later, there would be a lot more units. Storm is being researched for the High Templars, and of course the 2-2 upgrades for Protoss, for the Protoss boys, is already being researched, so he does have a massive upgrade advantage. We're actually seeing the attack going for LucifroN. The medevacs are actually just following the army. They're going to do some heal up, but they don't have a lot of energy. The Marines from the bunkers are going to the rest of the army, but the stock that was here did scout it. He's just going to get those storms ready. He needs to chrono whistle out quickly, which he is doing, but they're not going to get there in time. The storm maybe can get a storm or 2. He does have the energy, but he needs some sick storms for it to work. Maybe he's going to get some High Templar, some Archons. He doesn't have the gas for more High Templars, I think. How much do they cost? Actually, they cost 150 gas and 50 minerals. That's actually a lot gas intensive. The storms here, they were awesome. They were spectacular. But the LucifroN just has a great split of the Marines. Those force fields trying to keep the units back, maybe to create some more units or energy, but they do load up the medevacs on top of the base, and of course the factory to prevent the units from getting up there and to create a concave here, but he didn't. The storm on top of the Marines, that was a lot of damage. The Archons is defending the entrance of the base, while the rest of the units are taking the units in the main base. The High Templar just suicided itself for some reason. The Stalker is not doing any damage whatsoever. He's trying to produce some Widow Mines here as quickly as possible. He needs to take that factory out before it produces any Widow Mines, because he needs to get that Observer if it does come out. Please. And the factories actually just got destroyed, and no Widow Mines popped out, so no Widow Mine damage, no Widow Mine harassment here. LucifroN behind this decides to take a third to expand. The medevacs is loaded up with the rest, and they're gonna drop in the front of the base while he keeps rallying the units to the front of the base. The expansion, the charge was going for the Marines, but the Marines microed back. They did not get us around. Maybe they can even split. The Archons are actually doing a lot of damage to the medevacs. I think 4 medevacs went down. Looking at the units lost tab, it is actually favoring LucifroN, but not by a lot, around 400 minerals. Considering that there's Archons in the map, that's not actually a lot. Considering there's also medevacs in the map, in the battle, in the fray. And Alicia has actually got a bunch of minerals here. Oh, okay, it's freezing again. And we're back. That somehow happens for some reason. Apparently my computer cannot handle fraps. used to. That's just weird. And Alicia just decided to charge into the entrance of LucifroN's base while dropping some zealots in the main. Gonna do some damage here, kill some workers, kill some marines that get popped out in the barracks. But the drop here on top of the zealots are just gonna clean that up really quickly. But some more warpins for the workers. They're gonna kill a couple of the workers, but LucifroN just micro back early enough for that not to do a lot of damage. The robotics main is being thrown down for Alicia, but at this point, since the drop is being done for the main, but he did see it, he's making the zealots, he's warping in the zealots now. LucifroN just saw it in time, he's microing away. The photon overcharge in the nexus, and the zealots Archon drop is actually doing a ton of damage, more than I actually thought. They're cleaning it up easily, considering the upgrades as well. LucifroN has 1-1, while Alicia has 2-2. So that is a massive upgrade advantage, and the drop is being really intensive. A lot of zealots are being warped in, because he does have like 6 gateways, and GG for LucifroN. Victory goes to Alicia because of those drops, and LucifroN's pressure was not pressuring enough as it seemed. It did not kill the expansion, it didn't do a lot of damage, maybe kill some buildings and the units of course. But Alicia just counter-attacked it, counter-dropped very efficiently with those zealots, and he just kept macroing behind that, and he just kept warping in the units instead of backing out, which led to his victory. So as always, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all next time.